In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a full guide on how to defeat a tier 4 tarantula boss and what armor set, pet, weapon, healing item, and strategy you need to defeat the boss in Hypixel Skyblock. Okay guys, so the first thing we should talk about is the armor set. So for the armor set, there's three things you can use. You can either use superior dragon armor, you can use shadow assassin armor, or you can use the one I most recommend, which is tarantula armor with 10,000 kills on it. At least 10,000 kills. And tarantula armor would be the best because like you get defense from killing like spiders. And as you guys can see on here, I'm showing tarantula armor on screen right now. So you can see like all the stats of it and everything it has. Okay guys, so let's move away from the armor set section now and let's move on to the weapons section. Okay guys, so for the weapons section here, I'm going to be ranking from the most recommended to the least recommended. So the most recommended first is the scorpion foil. Now the scorpion foil is like a weapon that is literally meant to be for spider slayer. And now the lowest scorpion foil, as I checked before on the auction house, is going for like 7 million coins. So it's pretty expensive, but it is the best weapon to damage spiders. And the second best weapon would be the aspect of the dragons. And now it's a commonly used weapon for like multiple things, but it would be pretty good for spider slayer with the ability, considering that you can like spam the ability. And the least recommended, because it's really expensive, is the livid dagger. The livid dagger would be the best weapon to use, but it is very expensive. The reason I say the livid dagger is because I said shadow assassin before, and the livid dagger would be a good weapon to use with the shadow assassin armor. Okay guys, so now for the pet section, we're going to be talking about 3 different pets. There's obviously multiple pets you can use for spider slayer, but I'm just going to be listing 3 commonly used ones. So the first one is the tarantula pet. Now you can either buy mythic, legendary, or epic rarity. I recommend the legendary because it's just like the best rarity. It gives you like the best of like all the perks of the tarantula pet. And the second one recommended is the wolf pet, a legendary wolf pet, because it gives like good combat XP and you can still deal good damage with it. And the last one, if you guys like are on like a budget and you don't want to spend that much money, you guys could get an epic tiger pet. Epic tiger pet is actually a pet I used to use when I was like an early game player, and it actually helped me out like a lot. And it's actually a pretty underrated pet, not gonna lie. With that said, let's move on to the healing items section. Okay guys, so for healing items, there are 3 things I recommend. So the first one is the wand of healing. Obviously the wand of healing is like the cheapest one. It's super easy, and you guys can see the requirements and all of it on screen right now. And the second one I recommend, if you guys think that's like too little healing, you guys could also use the wand of mending, as you guys can see on screen right now. And the final thing I also recommend is the radiant power orb. It is like literally super cheap. It goes for like 40,000 coins, I think. It might be less, maybe a little bit more, but like it's like really helpful and it will heal you really well. Okay guys, so now since we covered all the armor set, weapon, pet, healing item, now let's move on to the strategy. Okay guys, so for the strategy here, I actually don't have like tarantula armor or like a tarantula pet or like all this stuff. So I'm just gonna be using like storm armor, because like it doesn't even like give me any like damage buffs. It just gives me like a little health regen, I guess. And I'm just gonna be using, to like even it out, I'm just gonna be using like a level 1 epic skeleton pet. So like I'm just gonna be using like really like base gear to show you, like since I don't have the other gear, I'm just gonna be using like this like random gear. So I'm going to be using like a level 1 epic skeleton pet, this, and I'm going to be using my giant sword. But I want to let you guys know, if you guys actually did use like all the stuff that I said in this video, it actually will work and you actually will be able to defeat a tier 4 spider boss with that. Okay guys, so my boss just spawned in, and so the strategy you're going to be using here is just, you really want to go like here, and you're going to be placing down your radiant power orb. So as you guys can see, I'm like doing like the normal amount of damage here. But you're going to be placing down your radiant power orb like once the boss spawns, and then if you ever need to like heal, you're just going to go away from the boss for like a few seconds and like heal up. And as you guys can see, I'm dealing like 60,000 damage, which is like what you guys would also deal with that amount with the setup here. So I am actually using a fair setup, even though I don't have like the setup that I said in the video. I'm still, as you guys can see, I'm still dealing like 60,000 damage, which is probably, if you guys use the setup I said, is probably the amount of damage you're also going to be dealing to like the spiders here. But as you guys could see, the strategy is you just want to, like, once it spawns in, as I said, you want to place down the radiant power orb like right next to you. And if you ever need a heal or something, you're just gonna go away from the boss, heal up really quickly, and go back to hitting the boss, because the boss regens really fast, and you don't want to, like, lose all the damage that you already did to the boss previously. Also, guys, another thing I wanted to say is that if you, like, don't deal that much damage, like if you're dealing like 50,000, 40,000, or like 60,000 damage, if you guys have like a mouse, I would recommend like butterfly clicking on the boss, because then you can like get more hits in on the boss and you could like defeat it faster. That's a strategy I recommend. And another thing I recommend is also, it just takes practice. You can't get it the first shot. You always have to like try and try again. So you always it's just practice. It takes practice, and you have to get used to the rhythm of defeating the boss always. But if you guys did use the setup I said in the video, it will work, and eventually you will be able to defeat the tier 4 Tarantula boss. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This video is basically just giving a full guide on how to defeat a tier 4 Tarantula boss in Hypixel Skyblock. And if you guys enjoyed today's video and are still watching, if you guys don't mind hitting that subscribe button, like button, and the bell, it would really help me out a lot, and it would mean so much to me. We are really close to hitting 500 subscribers, and if we hit that goal, it would mean so much to me, and I would be so happy. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!